The year is 1892, Rhode Island, a time when the air was thick with mystery and the unknown. A darkness has fallen upon the farming community of Exeter, a darkness that chills the bones and stirs the soul. Not a darkness from the absence of the sun, but a creeping dread, a fear that lurks in the shadows and whispers in the night. The culprit? An unseen force. Consumption, a silent killer that knows no mercy. Today we know it as tuberculosis, but back then it was a death sentence, a grim reaper that claimed lives indiscriminately. Families watched helplessly as loved ones withered away, their hopes and dreams fading with each passing day. Coughing fits, blood, the telltale signs of a life slipping away, their life force draining away, each breath a struggle, each moment a battle. Among them was the Brown family, a family once full of life and laughter. George and Mary Brown were pillars of the community, respected and loved by all who knew them. They had already lost 2 daughters to the disease, their hearts heavy with grief and sorrow. Now, their son Edwin lay dying, the last hope of the Brown family, slipping away before their eyes. Fear turned to suspicion. Superstition was deeply rooted in the community. Whispers of a sinister force at play began to spread, an evil that wouldn't rest until it consumed entire families. Some whispered of vampires, creatures of darkness feeding on the living. Edwin Brown clung to life. His condition worsened. Then his sister Mercy, who had succumbed to consumption years earlier, was suspected. Perhaps she wasn't at peace. Perhaps she was the cause of this plague, reaching from beyond the grave to claim her remaining family. Desperate times call for desperate measures. The townspeople, fueled by fear and grief, decided to exhume Mercy's body. They believed that if she was indeed a vampire, her corpse would hold the signs. A local doctor, convinced by the townspeople's pleas, agreed to the exhumation. The air was thick with anticipation and dread as the coffin was pulled from the cold earth. A heavy silence fell over the gathering. What they were about to do was sacrilegious, but they believed it was necessary. Section 4. Disturbing Discoveries. The coffin creaked open. A collective gasp filled the air as the townspeople gathered around, their faces etched with fear and curiosity. Mercy's body, though buried for months, showed little decomposition. It was as if time had stood still for her. Her hair seemed to have grown, and there was a faint blush on her cheeks, giving her an almost lifelike appearance that sent shivers down the spines of those present. Most disturbingly, her heart, though still, was filled with liquid blood. This unnatural preservation defied all logic and understanding of the time. The telltale signs of a vampire, the townspeople believed. Panic ensued as whispers of dark curses and supernatural forces spread like wildfire. Mercy's father, George, was urged to take action. The weight of the town's fear and superstition fell heavily on his shoulders. To stop the curse, he had to remove her heart and lungs and burn them to ashes. This gruesome task was believed to be the only way to save the living from the undead. Desperate to save his son, George agreed. His heart heavy with grief and desperation, he prepared to do the unthinkable to protect his family and his community. Section 5. Echoes in the Darkness. Whether it was the placebo effect or a macabre coincidence, Edwin Brown died shortly after the ritual. His death added another layer of mystery and fear to the already chilling tale. The townspeople, gripped by a mix of sorrow and terror, couldn't help but wonder if they had truly rid themselves of the evil they believed was haunting them. The events in Exeter sent shockwaves through New England. Whispers of the so-called vampire spread like wildfire, reaching even the most remote corners of the region. People were both fascinated and horrified by the story, unable to look away from the unfolding drama. Newspapers sensationalized the story, and Mercy Brown became forever known as the Rhode Island Vampire. Headlines screamed of the supernatural and the public lapped it up, hungry for more details about the macabre events. The case of Mercy Brown serves as a chilling reminder of a time when fear and superstition reigned. Communities were tightly knit, and the fear of the unknown could easily spiral out of control, leading to desperate measures. It's a stark example of how desperation can drive people to commit unimaginable acts. In their quest for answers and safety, they often turn to the unthinkable, hoping to find solace in the face of inexplicable events. But more than anything, it's a story that lingers in the dark corners of our minds, a chilling reminder of the darkness that can reside in the human heart. The tale of Mercy Brown continues to echo through history, a haunting testament to the power of fear and the lengths to which people will go to confront it.